What's up, Sway, Finesse Lifestyle, and today I want to talk to you about how you can never run out of things to say again. How you can always have the right thing to say in any situation. And how you can finally master the art of conversation. Now, before I get started on my 3 top keys on how to never run out of things to say again and master the art of conversation, I want to go over a few limiting beliefs on why you think you have this problem, which I had trouble with when I first started, all right? And one of the main reasons is the limiting belief of you thinking you have nothing to say, all right? By thinking you have nothing to say, it's like you telling yourself that you're running out of thoughts, which we all know each and every one of us has a mind that continuously works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all right? Even when you're asleep, your mind is constantly thinking of new ideas, new concepts, what you're gonna do the next day, what you did yesterday. It's always thinking, always going over things in your head. Even if you're not dreaming, you're still thinking about something, whether you know it or not, all right? So, why do we think we are running out of things to say? Why are our brains being conditioned to think that way? And it's very simple. It's because you think you don't have the right thing to say. Let me repeat that. You think that you don't have the right thing to say. You think what you have to say has no significance. You think if you say something or if you speak your mind, that people will look at you weird. They will think that you're dumb, think that you are crazy, and you're repeating these things all over in your head. And you get into mental lockup, all right? So instead of thinking that way, you want to always think whatever you have to say is great. Whatever you have to say is the best thing ever. Why? Because it's coming from you, okay? You have to always think whatever you have to say is the best thing ever because it's coming from you, all right? Now, how do you do this? How do you do that? Well, for one, whenever you're in conversation, you always want to be present. This is the number one thing. You want to be present in the moment. You don't want to be thinking about what happened yesterday or what happened that morning. Nothing. You want to be present in the moment. Now, a great book to read on this, by how to become more present in the moment, is a book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now. It's a great book, great read. It tells you how to start living in the moment. Stop being concerned about what's going to happen or what happened. And by that way, by being more in the now, living more in the now, you'll become more present. And it'll be easier to come up with conversational topics. It'll be easier to listen to the person that you're talking to, all right? So you want to be more present. Now, 2 is us as people from an early age have been conditioned to filter what we say, filter our thoughts before we even speak them, all right? We come up with too many thoughts in our head to say, okay, I want to say this, but I don't know if I could say that. That might hurt somebody's feelings, or that might be stupid to say in this moment, or I don't know if this is the right thing to say. Let me say it a little bit like this, all right? And this is bad. This is very bad, and I'm going to tell you why. When we filter ourselves too much, we get into this state of consciousness that tells us, well, we can't really talk like this. Think about when you're at work. You filter yourself, like you might not want to cuss at work. You might not want to say shit, ass, or bitch, or whatever at work because it's a professional environment. You filter yourself, all right? When you're talking to your parents, when you're talking to some of your family members, you might not want to tell them about how drunk you got at the club the last weekend. You filter yourself, all right? You're limiting what you can actually say in the moment. Instead of filtering yourself, You want to take all the layers of filters off of your conversation and be able to speak exactly who you are. Speak your truth, all right? And don't worry about the consequences before even taking action, all right? Another big step is you want to be able to listen. Listen to the other person speaking. Don't be off in your head thinking about what you're going to say next. Listen. Now, when you're listening, you want to make sure that when it's your turn to speak, when it's your turn to talk, you want to be able to relate. That's number 3. You want to be able to relate to whoever you're talking to, whether it's the girl, whether it's a family member, whether it's someone business related. You want to be able to relate to them on an emotional level, all right? For example, if someone's talking to you about, if a girl is talking to you about a puppy that she just bought. Oh, I just bought this puppy, it's so cute, I'm so happy. Instead of saying, now most people will say, oh, that's what's up, or that's cool, oh, okay. Conversation flatline, right? Have you ever been in that position? I have. Instead of doing that, what you want to do instead is have a question, have a statement, or have a story that you can bring up, that you can say next. Instead of saying, oh, that's what's up, say, oh, okay, when I first met you, I didn't think that you were a dog person. Kind of came off as a cat person, right? A statement. How about a question? Oh, how long have you had them? Right? You want to come up with a question to further along the conversation, or come up with a statement to bring up a reaction, or come up with a story that you can relate to them on an emotional level. Oh, you know what? When I was younger, I had this cute little dog named Corey. Man, I love that dog. Actually, I don't even remember what happened to him. That's kind of crazy, right? I was only 6 years old. You can't blame me for that, right? So you want to come up with a story that was right off the top of the head. True story, too. I did have a dog named Corey. But anyway. Now, with all those tools, you want to make sure that you be present. Make sure that you don't filter yourself, and make sure that you have something to relate to them on an emotional level, all right? Now, before I get out of here, I'm gonna leave you with one more thing that you can never run out of things to say again. This is the magic key. Never run out of things to say again. I actually got this from one of my mentors, and it helped me out tremendously. Boosted my results dramatically, all right? And here's the key. It's an exercise, a conversational exercise that you do. You can do it when you're alone. You can do it when you're around a friend or anything, right? And the exercise is, for 60 seconds to a minute, you pick out anything wherever you are. If you're in the house, if you're outside, if you're in the car, pick out one item, and talk about that item for 60 seconds to 2 minutes, all right? And you'll be amazed on how many conversational threads you roll off into. Just try it out. For 60 seconds, talk about that one item. And you want to come from a place of high status. You want to come from a place of abundance. You want to come from a place of gratitude. Now, for example, I'll try it out right now. I got some coffee in my hand, all right? I'll talk about this. You know what? When I first started drinking coffee, I was in love with Starbucks. I used to go there every day. I used to love Starbucks. And growing up, I was never a coffee drinker. Like, I couldn't understand why people drank coffee. I thought it was nasty. I thought it gave you headaches. I started drinking Red Bulls at first. Even, when I first started working, I would always go to the store and get a Red Bull just to, boost myself up a little bit, because I always would go to work, I feel a little sleepy, because I'm a night person. I'm not even gonna lie. Instead of a morning person, I'm a night person, And it's funny how Most people who are night people, they love getting up in the morning. And people who are morning people, they love staying up at night. So it kind of reacts each other, you know? What kind of person are you? Do you stay up late at night? You see what I did there? Now, that's just off the top of my head, right? But you see what I did? I was present. I didn't filter myself. And I took one example of one item and spread it out into different conversational threads. That's all you have to do. Practice that exercise at least 3 times a day for 1 week, and I guarantee that you will boost your results tremendously. This is real life. Try that out and let me know how it has worked for you, and let me know if it helped you out any, all right? So until next time, it's your boy Sway, Finesse Lifestyle. I hope you got some value out this video. If you did, once again, like always, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Make sure you get out there, get yourself some 9s and 10s. Why? Because anything less is uncivilized. Peace.
I made a decision last night that I would die for it.